The most visually realistic upcoming games of 2025 and 2026. If you care about graphics, this is the video for you. Like the video, subscribe for more, and let me know which game you like the most. Well, let's go. Crimson Desert is an insane upcoming open-world RPG. The game is being developed by the studio Pearl Abyss, and it's coming out still in 2025, but with no specific date yet. But it's coming out to Xbox Series X and Series S, PlayStation 5, and PC. This is one of those games that are even hard to believe that they're really good as they look. The graphics are insane. The world seems huge and massive, and is a game with a lot of features like glide, parkour, a nice combat style, dragon ride, and much more. And if it's as good as it looks, it'll be one of the best games of this year. Save Birmingham is a realistic zombie survival game, set in an open world, a true sandbox with a lot of possibilities, since combat, craft, management, and much more. The studio developing it is Ocean Drive Studio, and the game is confirmed to Xbox Series, PlayStation 5, and Windows, but the consoles version will take a longer time, since an early access version is planned to be released still in 2025, but only on PC. Survive an undead play in a painstakingly recreated medieval market town. Manage your needs, master physics-based mechanics, and evade the horde for as long as you can. A game that promises to be immersive and realistic in a new level.
When I was a kid, I couldn't wait to leave this town behind. But what's that saying? Man plans and God laughs? Well, he must have had a good one on my account. When the water receded, it carried away everything we ever had. It also gave me a reason to stay. Truth is, we can't stop what's coming. The important thing is that we rebuild.
Roadcraft is a new game for you fan of realistic and satisfying simulation games. This one is about building with many different vehicles. The studio developing the game is Saber Interactive, and it's coming out on May 20th, 2025 to Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, and Windows, and promises to be an immersive, satisfying, and fun simulation game. With impressive visuals and graphics, realistic physics, and numerous objectives, and the studio developing it is the same of the game Snorner. That's a really beloved game by the fans. Numerous tasks await you and your heavy machinery as you work to restart the local industry, clearing debris, replacing faulty equipment, rebuilding roads and bridges, and more.
Welcome to Drawbridge, Sam. And to the GHV Magellan, our mobile base of operations.
Death Stranding 2 is the sequel of the acclaimed original game. Again, it's being developed by Kojima Productions, and it's coming out in June 26, 2025, to PlayStation 5. In the future, it's probably coming out to Windows and maybe Xbox. Death Stranding is a unique and original game. The gameplay mixes walking simulator with building features, combat, and an insane story and storytelling. And the sequel will continue the story of Sam, the protagonist of the game, and now the players will continue to explore and connect the people, but also see the aftermath of the first
One another.
game.
We want you to help us bring the world together.
Sam, would you mind if I joined you?
Humor him. His knowledge and experience will probably come in handy down the road.
Yes.
The plan, Sam. The UCA isn't looking to expand its borders. Just like with Mexico, they want to bring new regions into the network. Anyway, the GHV Magellan's here to back you up. As always, you'll be the one leading the way to expand the network.
Archeage Chronicles is a new MMORPG that looks mind-blowing. Here, we'll explore Auroria, a vast and vibrant world brimming with rich lore and thrilling action. The game delivers an immersive experience that will capture players' hearts, whether they are newcomers to the setting or seasoned adventurers. The game got an insane visual style with a great combat system. Some people are even considering it a Souls-like game. So imagine fighting insane bosses and enemies with your friends, getting better items and equipment, building your characters the way you want, and much more. So it looks really promising.
Came into being. It devoured everything from the past. Only I was left. That was a fatal mistake.
It's the aura of the Grail pieces. I can sense it. As long as it is reforged.
Wish can be fulfilled.
Tides of Annihilation is a new action-adventure game. It's being developed by the studio Eclipse Glow Games, and is coming out to Xbox Series X and Series S, PlayStation 5, and Windows, but there's no release date yet, probably 2026 or even later. The game is set in a world that mixes reality with fantasy, with amazing realist graphics. Everything in the game looks really good, since the visuals, audio effects, combat, that's fast and fluid, with impressive visual effects, and mainly the boss fights, with some aspects of Souls-like game, what looks really nice.
Blood. This is a feast only for the king.
Price.
To pursue one's wishes is to court one's doom.
Gwendolyn, this is...
The hungry purple dinosaur ate the kind zingy fox, the jabbering crab, and the mad whale, and started vending and quacking.
The hungry purple dinosaur ate the kind zingy fox, the jabbering crab,
ODE is a new horror game developed by Kojima in a production with Xbox Studios. The game so far is confirmed to Xbox Series XS and Windows, but a PlayStation 5 version could be confirmed in the future. What the game is going to be about is a mystery, as the only thing we've seen so far is this trailer that's realistic in details, but don't tell us much about the game. But as we know that it's a Kojima's game, I'm sure it'll be unique and really interesting, but when it's coming out we don't have a clue.
My memory's still a bit blurry. Remember this. Inside my head.
Satellite gives us a 10-minute window. You made it.
That's just leftover hardware. It's been decommissioned. What the hell is happening? All I know is that Silvercorp is a piece of my story.
Mindseye is a story-driven, action-adventure thriller set in a fictional near-future Americana, featuring best-in-class cinematics, high-octane driving, and explosive combat from legendary game director Leslie Benzies. This is a game that promises to be the game to be in the same level of GTA 6 in 2025, and yes, it's being developed by an old Rockstar game director. That's why the hype is real about it. The studio is built a Rocket Boy, and the game is coming out in June 10th. It's really close, and it'll be available on Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, and Windows.
What's going on in there?
It was an ambush.
Do what you can. Do not lose her!
I'm coming to you now.
The search and rescue. They're melting.
We are beyond the edge of Japan. People come north. Still think you're the hunter?
Ghost of Yotei is the next game of the studio Sucker Punch Productions, the studio responsible for Ghost of Tsushima. And the new game is going to be the sequel, set over 300 years after the first game, and obviously, all the characters will be different, so I'm curious to see the game. It's coming out on October 2nd, 2025, and it will be a PlayStation 5 exclusive game, but in some moment will be released on Windows too, I'm sure. The first game was an extremely fun action-adventure game, with some RPG mechanics, and this one will be set in the same style. So if you like the game, and wants to see the sequel, it's coming in October.
One who is easily lost in the hunt.
Gears of War Yotei is the new game of this beloved and acclaimed third-person shooter series. The game is being developed by the studio The Coalition, and it's coming out in some moment 2025 to Xbox Series XS and Windows. Gears of War is one of the biggest Xbox series, and this game is going to be set before of all original games. What's good? It's going to be set in one of the most important battles of the series. In the old games we could hear about Yotei, and now we'll be able to play as a younger Marcus in a brutal and fluid gameplay. So you, fan of Gears of War, this one shall be insane.
Good evening, Noah. Having trouble sleeping again? Your cortisol levels are elevated. Something's interfering, detecting temporal anomaly. Processing environmental data. Memory patterns.
Cthulhu: The Cosmic Abyss is a story-driven, first-person game of Cthulhu. It's being developed by the studio Big Bad Wolf, and it's aimed to be released in 2026 to Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, and Windows. A mining station in the Pacific Abyss is no longer responding. As an investigator of the occult, unravel the mysteries of the deep. Test your wits and sanity in this thriller inspired by the Master of Providence. A game that promises to bring us an atmospheric and immersive world, with a deep story developing mysterious events, all that with beautiful and realistic graphics.
Focus on my voice. Vital signs critical. Stay with me, Noah. Noah, the knowledge, it's beautiful.
They hurt you pretty bad, didn't they? I haven't seen you this scarred since last September.
Come on, move it! Get out of my way, jerk!
Maybe I overreact, but we'll get you sorted out.
Wreckfest 2 is an insane realistic racing game, offering the best in full-contact racing with unrivaled destruction. Witness head-to-head battles as you tear apart rival vehicles bit by bit. Powered by the enhanced physics engine, developed by the creators of Wreckfest and Flatout. The studio developing the game is Bugbear, and if you played the original game, you know how good it was. A game with extreme quality and absolutely fun. The sequel is already on early access on Steam for PC, but the final version will also be available on Xbox Series XS and PlayStation 5, but there's no release date yet for it.
You take that pieces! Throw it up! Oh, feels like something came up through the seat. Oh.
Battlefield 6 is finally a new version of this classic series. So far we don't have much information about it, but it shall be released still in 2025 or 2026. Onimusha Way of the Sword is the returning of an old and classic series. The game is being developed by Capcom and is coming out to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, and Microsoft Windows. The release date is confirmed to 2026, but we still don't know when exactly in 2026. The game will be set in the same style of the original games, a game with a hack-and-slash-combat style, but some RPG and puzzle mechanics, set in a dark and magical world, mixing reality with fantasy. What was always really fun to the series, so I'm looking forward to the new one.
Best then, eh? So plays a game of strength. And you can bring as many friends as you want. What got them so wild up?
I wish I hadn't come here for this. I found them.
Instinction is a new first-person survival game set in a mix of prehistoric and modern world. Experience an action-adventure full of prehistoric animals, set in the heart of a lost Mesoamerican land cut off from the world by the rift. Survive a mysterious organization and ancient creatures to restore stability and unravel one of the most intriguing stories of modern times. The game is being developed by the studio Hashbane Interactive and is coming out to Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, and Windows. Probably still in 2025, and shall be one of the most realistic video games about dinosaurs so far.
After all this death, if you had the chance.
Wisdom and kindness. Take the easy times what shape us, nay. 'Tis how we rise. Forgive me, daughter. 'Twere my only choice.
I shall be the bringer of salvation.
The Witcher 4 is the sequel of the acclaimed The Witcher 3, but now, different of the previous games, the protagonist won't be Geralt anymore, but Ciri, one of the most important characters of the third game. It's being developed by the studio CD Projekt Red, the same studio of Cyberpunk and The Witcher, and is probably coming out in 2027, with luck 2026, to Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, and Windows. The new game will be totally made in Unreal Engine 5. That's one of the best engines of the moment, with impressive graphics and insane possibilities. So if you like huge and massive RPG games, this is surely one of these.
All of the men in this room are bound by blood. This is a family. And in this family is to betrayal. Do you wish to commit yourself, your life, to this family?
Mafia: The Old Country is the fourth game of an acclaimed and beloved series. I mean, the third game is not that beloved, but there are some fans of it too. The game is being developed by the studio Hangar 13, the studio responsible for Mafia 3. As I said, it's not the most beloved game, but they also did Mafia 1 Remake. That's an excellent game, and now it'll be their new chance of creating a good story. The game will be released in 2025 to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, and Windows. The game will be set before the other games, in the start of 20th century, and promises to be a game with a great storytelling like the first two games.
To become a man of honor, repeat these words.
My flesh has to burn like this saint. If I do not keep my oath.
Welcome, Enzo.
Doom: The Dark Ages is the next adventure of this beloved FPS series. The game is being developed by the studio ID Software, and is coming out on May 13, 2025 to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Windows. The game will be a prequel, set before of Doom 2016, but here Doomslayer will be as brutal as never before, with new melee weapons and firearms. The enemies looks really good, and the players will also have the possibility to control a flying dragon and a huge mecha robot. What looks extremely brutal, so if you like the last games of the series, this is a great game for you. Endurance Motorsport series is a mysterious racing game that promises to be really interesting, especially for fans of simulation racing games. It's being developed by a studio called KT Racing, a studio of Nacon, and it's aimed to be released still in 2025 to Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, and Windows. As I said, this game is a bit mysterious, because here, the players will be able to manage the race from the stands, drive legendary cars, and enjoy a genuine endurance race experience, as both driver and engineer. In this unique simulation victory can only come through teamwork. And this is a game that you, fan of racing simulator games, should keep an eye out for. Cronos: The New Dawn is third-person survival horror by the studio that brought us the amazing Silent Hill 2 remake. The studio is Bloober Team. I didn't trust the studio to do the remake of Silent Hill 2 back then, but they showed us that they know how to impress us. So I'm curious to see more about this game. It'll be released in some moment of 2025 to Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, and Windows. The game throws you into the heart of a deadly struggle against overwhelming foes, all while uncovering the mysteries of a twisted time travel story, with impressive visuals and an impressive immersion. Marvel's Wolverine is the new game by the studio of Spider-Man PS4 and Ratchet & Clank. The studio is Insomniac Games, a very good studio. The game is being developed for a long time already. But unfortunately, we just have a single trailer so far here. We can see that the graphics are insane, but I really hope the game is as brutal as a Wolverine game needs to be. It'll be set in the same universe of Spider-Man games, and we still don't know when it's really coming out. Maybe 2025, 2026, to PlayStation 5 only. Phantom Blade Zero is an insane action RPG game. It's being developed by the Studio S game, and is coming out to PlayStation 5 and Windows. The release date is still not confirmed, but they said that it's going to be revealed in 2025, so I believe it's coming out in 2026 or later. The game will be set in a kind of linear map, similar to Dark Souls, but no, it's not a Souls-like game, but action RPG with mechanics that resembles Souls-like games. In the game, we'll play with different weapons, facing different enemies and bosses, finding new items and equipments, and honestly, I'm really hyped about this game.
柊君、嘘ついてるよね。騙せてると思う？ひな子を。死んだんだよ。
お友達といつまでも一緒にいたい？お友達は永遠じゃないのよ。彼らだっていつか必ずあなたを裏切ろうに。
Silent Hill F is the new game of this classic survival horror series, and for the first time, the game will be set in Japan and not in the original Silent Hill. What's strange, but I believe that there will be a connection in the story. The studio developing the game is NeoBards Entertainment, and it's confirmed to Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, and Windows, but there's no release date yet, but I think it shall be announced still in 2025. In 1960s Japan, Shimizu Hinako's secluded town of Ebisagaka is consumed by a sudden fog, transforming her home into a haunting nightmare, driving her to fight grotesque monsters and solve eerie puzzles.
Joy of it, the freedom of it, to just take your life in your hands and soar. I think that's in us all, isn't it? At least that's what my dad taught me.
Directive 8020 is one more game in the style of Until Dawn, developed by the studio Supermassive Games, and is coming out on October 2nd, 2025 to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, and Windows, but a Nintendo Switch 2 version is possible. Earth is dying and humanity is running out of time. 12 light years from home, Tau Ceti F offers a small sliver of hope. When the colony ship Cassiopeia crash lands on the planet, its crew soon realize they are far from being alone. In space, death takes many forms. So if you like this style of games, this one can be interesting. To be honest, these horror games, just Until Dawn I really liked, but let's hope this one is good.
driving style, it's always been aggressive. I think it's gone from being all out, all risk. Now.
A new year, a new era, a new season. Welcome to There Was a Time. It's a great start for Hamilton.
F125 is finally the new game for the fans of Formula One. Leave your mark on the world of racing in F125, the official video game of the 2025 FIA Formula One World Championship, featuring a revamped My Team mode, the thrilling third chapter of Breaking Point, and more. It's being developed by the studio Codemasters, an EA game studio, and there's an official release date already. That's May 30th, 2025, and it's coming out to Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, and Windows. Create your own F1 stories as you take control as the owner of a Formula One team. The new owner perks system allow you to specialize in your preferred areas of team management, then get behind the wheel of either of your two F1 drivers on race weekends.
She's going for it. Oh no! Her race is over. The rookie's showing the chap what he's made of here.
It is quick.
How was fun?
By copying them.
Focus on the bigger picture.
Tell me something good.
Intergalatic: The Heretic Prophet is the new game developed by the studio that created insane series like The Last of Us, Crash Bandicoot, Jak and Daxter, Uncharted, and more. The studio is Naughty Dog and is coming out probably in 2026 to PlayStation 5. So far we didn't see much about the game. What we know is that the game is being developed since 2020 and the graphics looks really good, what's usual of Naughty Dog. The game will be set in a futuristic and fanciful world. The gameplay wasn't announced yet, but in the trailer we see what could resemble a part of it, a sort of hack and slash or Souls-like style. What looks fun.
There, you're the boss. Thank you. Listen, kid.
And those are the games, guys. Let me know your favorite ones of the list. Put in the comments. Well, like the video, subscribe. Thank you so much. And I see you in the next video.